was yapping, I gon' hear a peep. Yeah, I stepped through that spot, I don't creep. Can't call it lucky, I give it my all every day of the week. I see a crowd at the bottom, ain't with that, I climb to the peak. Don't ride no red, but they know what I'm on, they address me as chief. I be dripping water like a reef, slid off with the bag, but I ain't no thief. It's a sweet, they ain't even have a chance. I've been locked on that cash in a trance. Hit the end zone and do my little dance. Yeah, your chick blowing kisses like Lance. You go tell your mans, it's a sweet. What? It's a sweet. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Yeah. It's a sweet. Yeah. It's a sweet. Yeah. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah. It's a sweep, do my dance, Mr. Clean. Game nice, but I play it so mean. Front line, I'm protecting the team. John Madden, yeah, I been with the scheme. Dream chasing, I've been chasing the dream. Paper chasing, I just made it my thing. Got the bag, I just need me a ring. GMF, hold it down for the team. It's a sweep, right? Shout out to you, cause I'm locked in. Man, I swear that I'm focused. Details up in the drip, I bet they didn't notice. Your force ones got me walking like POTUS. God shout, so I know that I'm chosen. Drake with me, man, I feel like DeRozan. Left and right wrist equally frozen. All four pockets equally swollen. It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Yeah. It's a sweep. It's a sweep. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah. It's bag season, I'ma post like a center. Diamond chains and a mink in the wind. All these rings on, you could tell I'm a winner. I'm a walking bucket like that boy out of jail. Got the pink slip for these whips, ain't no rims. That he breaking records.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keeping the short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
On third down, Cousins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goddard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach approach drive number 2.
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On this one, and may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 3rd down and 1. Cousins. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delay.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Cousins. Pass caught here by Osborne. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You look at this Eagle defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game, because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll go Madison up the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line.
1st down, Vikings.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The kick by Joseph is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this down to the 23. 21-3 is your score after one. Play action. Here's Hurts. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
A 4-yard loss on the play. Second and goal.
Second down. Here's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown from 13 yards out. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Elliott good on the extra point. And the round is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Cousins. And he bats it away. Falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, my goodness. Break on the ball, man.
Takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
On 1st and 10, Cousins going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Again, it's Cousins. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27. Madison. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I'm going to love what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Joseph's got it. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Fielded at the 20. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On second down, Swift.
You got to get in that hole, Swift.
This time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Flush to his right.
Jalen. Oh, my goodness.
It's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Quiz actually got jammed up. I've been looking for you.
Following the interception, Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action. Cousins.
Good call.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 20 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Vikings 13.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit. Maybe there's...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Philly. 72 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott good with a PAT. And a round is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone.
Kene Nwagu on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach
Oh, shit. Look at the time. I'm tripping.
He's going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Cousins now from the 50. Open man is Osborne. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Cousins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Addison. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, and it winds up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10.
Slayer sweet out there, man.
That would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
The kick by Joseph is good. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down as they bite on 23 more on that one.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now left side on the swing pass.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9. Hurts. And this time
that's tough.
The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. This is Swift on the counter. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back. He's got him in.
That's tough.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
Well, they've got to remember that they're not going to get it all back on
That's
one
tough,
drive.
JJ.
That being said, they also had to come out here in the third quarter with a sense of urgency and playmaking ability, and they showed it on that last play.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Snapped on you twice, Ringo.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Here's Cousins. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Here's a give to Madison running right. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. That ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Cousins.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I ran away from that.
Justin Jefferson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second.
Oh, my God.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
That nigga didn't even jump, dog, so I ain't no way he rat caught that.
The Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing, Cousins.
Reed.
He gets it to Addison. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. Throw out wide is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jalen Carter brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this.
He hot.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, the Mercer rule 28 or 21.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
In motion left is Watkins. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Swift going to try up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A second down throw for Cousins. Pass caught here by Osborne. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To the air again, it's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Now Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
1st and goal, Minnesota.
To throw, Cousins. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he stopped immediately there. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And he's got some space here. And they work this out past the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And it pushes right forward to about the 32. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Second down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. Throwing is Hurts. Going deep here for Allen. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Elliott now to have the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A first down throw for Cousins. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. DeAndre Swift inside the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Eagles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
So lately, I've only been buying things at Draft.
But she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sucky now. Get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me. And they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of foxy mamas. But I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad.
Missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all of this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime.